Okay, so today I'm going to show you a really nifty way of how to sew a facing to a bodice with the neckline and the armholes fully encased. So first of all, you start with your bodice of your dress and you attach the facing to the neckline. So you stitch all the way around the neckline and you just clip the curves, or just clip in around the seam allowance. I've actually used pinking shears so you can see the difference and see that I've actually clipped in on the seam allowance. So what you do first of all is you lay your fabric out nice and flat. It makes it a little bit easier to work with. Grab the side seams of your facing, so you'll have the bodice of your dress facing down, the facing up, and this will be the wrong side of the facing. So first of all, if you open up this section of your facing, grabbing the side seams of your facing, what you need to do is pull them through the neck of the bodice, and as you pull them through you'll see that the other side starts to roll up. So if you just grab that there like that and give it a little bit of a pull, you'll see that you can then stretch it out and have that the other side is folded up and your facing is coming out. And it's a good idea just to give this a couple little rolls just to fold it in so you've got a clean area to be able to pin and stitch. Then what you need to do is just hold that down with your fingers, line up your shoulder seams, grab a pin just to hold it, there we go like that, and you'll see, give that another pull, you'll see now that your armholes should line up quite nicely in the side there. So pin those around, hold them in, and the same for the other side. So this is the facing that you've pulled through the neckline. I'm just going to pin those again. It's a little bit tight, just roll the dress underneath a bit more so you've got a bit more room to move. There you go. So what you're going to do now is you're going to stitch this armhole seam. Make sure that you've got the dress underneath rolled up quite tightly so that you're not going to catch any of it in this seam as you stitch. Okay, so now you've stitched your armhole seam, and the best thing to do is just trim your seam allowance here, or clip in the curves if you want, or again likewise I've just used pinking shears. So what you need to do, it doesn't matter which end you choose, is just pick up the garment and open it up from the bottom here, and then just start pulling the other side through. And you should see it should come through fairly easily. As you pull it through, have the whole thing through. So as you can see here, you've got, once you give it a press of course, you've got the neckline nicely encased and the armhole line nicely encased too. So what you need to do just to finish that off is to repeat for the other side. So lay it back out again, exactly the same as you did it the first time, with the wrong sides facing up. Is that right? No, I'm confusing myself. This is the way that we want to do it. Right side's facing up. Right side facing up, wrong side of the facing here. Grab your corners. This side will be a little bit easier to do because you've done it the first time. So grab the side seams, you'll pull it through the neckline, give it a stretch, and then you'll be able to match up your shoulder seams, match up these seams, pin and pull it through the same way that you did just then, and you'll have a finished item. So there we go with the last seam stitch. Again, open up your facing and your bodice and pull through the dress like that until you've got it the whole way through. and then obviously from there you would give it a nice press to press out your armholes here and your neckline here. And then all you need to do for the side seams is open up your facing on either side, pin, so you'll pin up there and down the side there, and then stitch along there, and you repeat on the other side as well, and then you'll have a nice garment, whether it be a dress or a top, with nicely enclosed armholes and a neckline.